am I?
What?
What the hell is this place?
What? The Runaway Bride by Russell T Davies, and of course is the second Christmas special of the revived series. And The Runaway Bride tells the story of after the devastating loss of Rose Tyler in Doomsday. Of course, it picks up right where the cliffhanger left off, where Donna Noble, the bride, is inside the Tardis, and the Doctor has no idea how she got there or why she's there. And gradually throughout the episodes, they bond and become great friends, and they solve the mystery of the Empress of the Rachnos, a giant spider-like creature hiding in the Thames, planning to unleash her children to devour mankind. Now, The Runaway Bride, I've never understand why nobody's really appreciated this episode. A lot of Christmas specials are pretty average and forgettable, I agree, but I don't understand why people consider this to be one of them. I really like The Runaway Bride. I think it is genuinely one of the best Christmas specials. I think genuinely people were disappointed because it was a step down from the masterpiece that was The Christmas Invasion. And while yes, this is a minor step below The Christmas Invasion, but far from a bad episode. Not to mention, this was the first Christmas special I ever saw. It's that nostalgic to me. First of all, you cannot talk about this episode without talking about how awesome Catherine Tate is as Donna Noble. She is absolutely fantastic in the role. She was born to play this role, and she has some of the best chemistry of David Tennant I have ever seen. All of the companions in the Russell T Davies era had perfect chemistry with David Tennant, but Catherine Tate and David Tennant have the best chemistry in my opinion. I love their banter. They actually take a great amount of time to become true friends, because of course Donna does not trust the Doctor at first. She reacts very realistically to how a human being would if she got teleported from her wedding and into a spaceship and kidnapped by this weird spaceman. It's absolutely hilarious and brilliant. Great job, Russell. This is really Donna's introduction episode. Now, you all know how much I love Rose, but I love Donna just as much. Donna is just a perfect companion, and I love her character arc. Thank God she returned in Series 4. She was the perfect companion to return for that series. And I love her family. Well, we see her mother, Sylvia, briefly in this episode, but we don't get much of her family. Of course, we don't see her granddad, Wilfred, until Series 4. But the Doctor and Donna shared brilliant moments together, and the highway chase where the Doctors are flying the TARDIS on the road to save Donna from being driven off in the taxi by the Roboform was absolutely epic. That's one of the best action scenes in Doctor Who I have ever seen. I'm being completely serious, and it's a great moment when the Doctor's begging Donna to jump, and Donna asks if Rose, his previous friend, trusted him, and he's like, yes, she did, and she is not dead. She's very much alive. That was a great moment when Donna finally begins to warm up to the Doctor. If there's one thing The Runaway Bride succeeds as being as a Christmas special, it feels Christmassy in every turn. It has robot Santas, also featured in the Christmas Invasion, but the Roboforms play a much larger role here, and we even have killer Christmas trees from the Christmas Invasion, but this time the tree doesn't spin around to kill you. It has exploding baubles, which is freaking terrifying. And the episode, it's much lighter in tone than the Christmas Invasion. Christmas Invasion was way darker, but that works. It's nice to have a more fun, light-hearted Christmas special for a change. It puts a good feeling on your face. It certainly cheered me up when I saw this on Christmas Day. And the second half of the episode is when the episode gets great, and even better when we see the antagonist, the Empress of the Rachnos. What a great villain. That costume is one of the best costumes for Doctor Who and for television I have ever seen in my entire life. The amount of people it must have taken to work that puppet. I mean, this was back when Doctor Who had the phenomenal prosthetics and costumes and makeup, and when the Mill were at their best. Doctor Who doesn't have that anymore. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but it doesn't. Lance, Donna's fiance, boy, let's talk about him. He is a dick. I just hated this guy. Oh, what a complete prick. He tricked Donna into marrying him so he could fill her coffee at work with humane particles. So he was basically poisoning her and tricked her into falling in love with him, and so he could make a deal with the Empress, and completely flat out betrayed her. That's very interesting to see a human actually work with the antagonist. We rarely see that on Doctor Who, but man, that Lance was an arsehole. So when the Empress has had both him and Donna tied to a web, when he fell into the Ratnos piss, I really didn't care much when he died. If anything, I was relieved to see him get his comeuppance. And I love the part where the Doctor and Donna go back briefly to the creation of the Earth. It's so interesting how the Arachnos his children became the centre of the Earth, and now she wants to awaken them to basically eat us all, very ironically, for Christmas dinner. As she says, as fun as this episode is, that's not to say it's without its dark moments, because it has one great dark moment for the Doctor's character, where the Doctor asks the Empress to take her children to a different planet, but she spits in his face and flat out refuses. So the Doctor, he doesn't have any choice but to do the unthinkable. He actually floods the pit, drowning the Empress's children right in front of her, and luckily Donna is there to save him and convince him to get out of there before it's too late. As we find out in Turn Left, if she never met the Doctor, he would have died. So it feels like they were meant to meet. When the Doctor has his dark moment, she's one of the companions that makes him better. And when the Empress retreats to her ship, which is very wonderfully designed like a Christmas star, very appropriately, and the army shoots down her ship by the orders of, spoiler alert, Harold Saxon, which of course we know as the Master in Series 3. But yeah, that's for my Series 3 reviews. That was a nice hint. And the ending of this episode is so lovely when the Doctor drops Donna back home and it's snowing, to get that Christmassy feel at the end of every Russell T Davies Christmas special. And even when the Doctor, he's completely warmed up to Donna and asks her to travel with him, but she refuses, and of course regrets this ever since. Thank God she does come back in Series 4. I would have hated that if she was just a companion that just came for one episode and we never saw her again. Having her return in Series 4 means we get to explore more of her character, which I'll talk about in the Series 4 reviews. But that's not to say that this episode is perfect. While the story is great and is there a lot of fun and does have some great character moments, it's just not as interesting or as compelling or as epic as the Christmas Invasion. Yeah, the stakes are definitely lower, but that's not too much of a flaw. That's a nitpick. So honestly, guys, I really like The Runaway Bride. It's a great Christmas special. It is to this date one of my absolute favourites. I give The Runaway Bride 4.5 stars out of 5. And I also like the fact that they still showed the Doctor did miss Rose a little. He didn't immediately move on. So I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. What do you think of The Runaway Bride? Please comment, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google+. And stay tuned for my Series 2 ranking. And I'll see you then. Bye, guys.